Okay, good afternoon, Madam Ruth.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, so we are live, and this video is being recorded for the purpose of uh, YouTube. So I would like to get more information with regards to DV Rotary and how you found yourself here. So tell me, I understand you own DV Rotary, and what was the steps that was taken just after from doing an interview at Embassy, and then you were given the visa. What was the next step? Because people want to get this information as the first-hand information. First and foremost, before we respond, I would like to do an introductory part. My name is Levi Msende. I'm based in the USA and came through DV Rotary. So I have with me Madam Ruth Siamoya, who came to the USA through DV Rotary. So we're doing an interview where I've asked some questions and then she's going to respond to these questions. So you can go ahead and respond to your question, Madam.
Okay, hi. Mm, I came to the US after winning the DV lottery, went through the interviews. So after the interviews, I passed through and then they gave me the visa.
Okay.
So after I went back to collect the visa, I started planning now. Financially, I needed to start compiling the finances so that at least they can push me to cater for all the necessary financial expenditures along the way. For example, my travel finances for the plane tickets. You also need finances for to pay for the visa and the green card. Sorry, not the visa, the green card. That was already paid for. So mostly the hassle was with the finances for traveling.
Okay.
And then there's also the part of finding a host and a sponsor.
Okay.
So before traveling, you need to make sure that as you start the process, after you've won, that's when you need to start processing, looking for a sponsor and um, um, someone to host you.
Okay, I understand that was done in the GS260. So everything
Yeah.
was put in the GS260. So when they gave you the visa, what was the duration of the visa, the lifespan of the visa that you got at the embassy? Was it 1 year or 6 months on which you were supposed to travel? What was the period on which you were supposed to travel? What period were you given for you to be able to travel? Would you have lived in Zambia maybe for the 1 year until you get here, or it had a time from which you had to travel here?
It was limited only for 5 months.
5 months. Okay. So we understand after you getting the visa, you managed to start off. So what was the flight duration you flew from your country up to the time when you landed to your hostess place here in the USA?
The flight I got was a connecting flight, so I had one stop on the way.
Okay.
So from Lusaka, Zambia, from the main international airport,
Okay.
that's the Kenneth Kaunda International Airport. I went straight to Doha.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And then
Then
how
from
many were
Doha
you?
to connect direct to come to Georgia.
Okay. Were you just alone on that flight, or you had someone you came with when you were coming to the USA?
When I was coming to the USA, I came with my son.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you mean for the air ticket you paid the same amount with your son, or it was different? Him being young, it was the same amount of money.
Yes, the plane tickets were the same amount.
Okay, okay. And what was the age of your son?
16 years.
Oh, okay, okay. So now when you landed, okay, you flew from Doha to here. When you landed, how was the experience just in the flight? Was it an enjoyable one, or you were scared. I don't know if that was your first long flight or it was the first flight. How was it? Tell us, because people would want to know the experience in the flight.
Well, it's not my first flight. I've traveled with a plane before,
Okay.
but that was my first longest flight ever.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. So when coming, I wasn't really fit, as in personally, because at that time I was 7 months pregnant.
Wow. You must
So
have been scared, eh? How was it? Especially when taking off. I know when the plane is taking off, it uses a lot of power, and even when landing. How was the experience when taking off and when it was landing here in the USA? How did you feel just yourself? Was it something that you enjoyed, or it was something that you could hold with the seats of the plane?
no, when I didn't have a problem when the plane was landing or when the plane was starting off. So uh, I would just say maybe the length of the period I had to sit was a little bit stressful for me.
Okay, okay,
Yes.
okay.
And then I didn't have much room for me to sit comfortably because I was seated in the middle seat,
Oh,
the
okay,
one that is between the left seat and the right seat.
okay.
So I was a bit uncomfortable, but the plane was packed with people, so there was no free room for me to maybe,
Stretch your
just,
legs and maybe.
yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
But then for stretching my legs, maybe I'll just stand up a little bit and then sit, just like that.
Okay. I think people would even want the experience in the plane, the type of food that they prepared in the plane. Is it the food that you people were able to eat it back home? Or it was the taste was so different. It was I understand you're coming from Africa where the type of food that you prepare is different from the type of that was prepared in the plane. Did you enjoy the food in the plane?
No, I didn't really enjoy the food, but I liked the juice. I
Okay.
don't know, maybe it's because of the state I was in at that time, but I just liked the juice. The rest, no, I didn't. It didn't go well for me with the food stuff.
Okay. Maybe just to take you back, we understand you left from a local airport, which is you told us is the Kenneth County International Airport. Then you connected to Doha. Then from Doha to Atlanta, Georgia. So could you describe on these airport? How big are they? Because we don't know. Maybe Zambia has got one of the biggest airport, or Doha has got the biggest, or Atlanta, Georgia has got the biggest, which is the Hartsfield International Airport. We are told Hartsfield is one of the busiest airports in the world. So can you just describe on these are three airports that you had to go through in order for you to get here?
Okay. The Kenneth Kaunda Airport, it's big, but not as large as the airport I landed in Georgia.
Okay,
And then the Doha Airport is also massive.
okay,
So compared to the one in Zambia, I think the Zambian airport is a little bit uh, too small.
okay,
Yes.
okay. So now we've landed, and then your mini host has collected. What was just the atmosphere when they collected you? Because I understand you are coming to the US for the first time. And what was your most scary moment here? If you imagine you didn't find your host at the airport, how were you going to manage him? Did you have enough money so that maybe you could have booked a hotel within the airport, or you just had the hope to say these guys you would definitely find them at the airport waiting for you? Did it ever close to your mind so that you might not find your host? How prepared were you?
Well, I was very sure that I was going to find someone there waiting for me because when I arrived there, I managed to log into the international airport's Wi-Fi.
Okay.
So I communicated with
Okay.
my boss. So they said they were already waiting for me outside.
Okay.
So I had to wait first when I arrived by there's a counter where you need to go as a DV winner. You
Okay.
are taken in a separate, more like an interview room, but it's just a room. You wait, and then your documents are reviewed by the uh, I don't know whether it's under Border Patrol or United States Citizen and Immigration Services. So that's where I was taken. They reviewed my information, my papers, the documentation that I took to the United States Embassy in my country. They're the same documents I came with in the same more like a room for investigation or something like that. But it was used as a waiting room for me and my son. So waited for a little while. After they had reviewed my papers, then they told me to go and get my passport. So when I arrived there, they just stamped it with a date stamp, and then they gave them back to me, and then they said, "Welcome to America." So I was super excited.
So did the immigration officer at the point of entry, we understand Hartsfield National Airport was your point of entry. Did the immigration officer give you trouble, or they just asked you anything? What question did they ask? Because people might want, they know people would watch this video and they would want that information. Other people just want DV Rotary and they would enjoy this experience, because I'm sure they've got questions on what happens when you land at the point of entry. Could you just give us more detailed information on that?
Well, the person I found there was very helpful and very friendly.
Okay.
So when I reached, there's a queue you follow. So once you arrive, you find someone, then they direct you. So I said, no, I'm a diversity visa lottery winner. So they said, oh, okay, please join this line. So I went into the other line. And then when it was my turn, I went over to the desk. Then the office I found there was like, "Oh, hi, how are you?" I said, "I'm okay. How are you?" Then he was like, "Oh, do you have the documentation with you?" I said, "Yes, here you are." And I gave him, and then he got the documents. And then he was like, "Okay, so do you have the address where you're going?" I said, "Yes." Okay. So he went into the computer, typed in my name, my son's name, then the information came along. They said, "Oh, all right, give me the other information." So I gave him the passports.
Okay.
Yeah. Then he took the information, the documents, and then he said, "Follow me." We went through the more like an investigation room or something like that. But then it was used as a waiting room for us. So they said, "Oh, you can sit here." So I sat there, waited with my son. Then he took the documents to the next other counter. So the officers that were there, I believe they are immigration officers. So they said, so I said, okay, um, when I arrived there, they said, okay, you can have the passports. Welcome to America. You process your immigration status as you go along.
Okay. So now you've landed, and then you've experienced your life in the States. Can you just tell people who might doubt about the DV Rotary? We are summing up because we have come to the end of this video. What are you telling the people out there who are doubting that DV Rotary that is not real, and how have you found life in the USA, so that we end this video, and we need to post this video on your channel so that people will know more information about the DV Rotary?
Diversity Visa Lottery is a US based program. It's not a scam. It's something that you just apply freely without anyone to pay. So you don't have to pay anyone. It's a free program. So once you apply, when you are picked, then you start processing now your documents so that you can be a legal resident. When you come here, they process your green card, and then you stay permanently and live and work in the United States, in any state that you want. It is not limited to any state.
Okay. Thank you so much, viewers, and enjoy this video. We're doing an interview with Madam Madam Shamoya Ruth, who's based in the USA. So please enjoy more of our video. She's got a YouTube channel, and it's called Jacques Collection, and I'm sure this video is going to be posted on our YouTube channel. Thank you, people, and we're looking forward for more search of nature videos so that you get more information with to do with DV Rotary. Thank you. We have to end our video. Bye, people. Take care.
Bye.